I was adamant that I did not want an induction, but my body had other plans, and I actually think it worked out for the best. So, long story short, by the time I got to my 41-week appointment, I was over it. I was so uncomfortable. I was in pain. And according to my midwife, my placenta wasn't working as well. So, we talked about the possibility of induction. We scheduled a Foley bulb placement and a Pitocin medicated induction. I was really nervous about getting Pitocin. I was mostly concerned about fetal stress. I also knew contractions would be a lot harder. I was planning to get an epidural, but I wanted to try to delay it as much as possible for mobility purposes. And also, I knew that there was a really strong correlation between emergency C-sections and induction. But I've gotten to a point where risks kind of outweighed the risks that were happening with my body because I wasn't going into labor. My midwife reassured me that they can entirely pull the Pitocin back if there was any sign of fetal stress or stress to me. And luckily, my midwife team is very pro non-necessary C-section. So I feel like I had really good advocates on my team. Contractions were definitely tough with Pitocin, but I don't really know any different because this was my first baby. But they were pretty bearable until my water broke. And that's when I tapped out and got my epidural. So I didn't actually experience any complications because of the Pitocin. I experienced complications because of the epidural, but that is a whole other story. Obviously, this is my own experience and I can't speak for you, but I actually think it really worked out for the better. And I think if I'm going to have another baby, I would do it again. I was able to call my work and tell them exactly when I'm going to be on maternity leave. I was really anxious about going into labor at work. I was anxious about being at home, going into labor, wondering when we're supposed to go to the hospital. And you know what? I didn't have to worry about any of that because I was just already there. I knew when it was happening. And I had a really awesome medical team there supporting me all the way through. Also, I was really happy that the anesthesiologist was there right when I needed them. Before I was induced, I was really nervous and I was scouring the internet just to try to find stories like mine where somebody didn't want to have an induction but ended up having to have an induction. And I'm hoping that this story will reach the right person and give you a little bit of peace of mind. You don't need to be miserable. You don't need to put yourself at more risk because you're so scared of being induced like I was. Obviously, work with your care team, figure out what's right for you. I'm by no means a doctor. This is by no means medical advice, but this is just my story, and hopefully that helped.